Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 77 of chapter 18. Natcha samsmritya samsmritya
Natcha samsmritya samsmritya
Rupamatyadbhutam hare
Rupam atyadbhutam hare
Smayo me mahan rajan
Vismayo me mahan rajan
Krishyami cha punah punah.
Rishyami cha punah punah.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Tat,
Tat,
that,
that,
sure,
ta,
also,
also,
samsmritya,
samsmritya,
remembering,
remembering,
samsmritya,
samsmritya,
remembering,
remembering,
rupam,
rupam,
form,
form,
ati,
adi,
greatly,
greatly,
adbhutam,
adbhutam,
wonderful,
wonderful,
harehe,
harehe,
of Lord Krishna,
of Lord Krishna,
vismayaha,
vismayaha,
wonder,
wonder,
me,
may,
my, mahan,
mahan,
great,
great,
rajan,
rajan,
O king,
O king,
krishyami,
krishyami,
I am enjoying.
I am enjoying, cha,
Also,
also,
punaha punaha,
punaha punaha,
repeatedly.
repeatedly,
Translation, O king,
O king,
I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna.
as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna,
I am struck with wonder more and more.
I am struck with wonder more and more,
And I rejoice again and again.
and I rejoice again and again.
Prabhupada writes a very short purport. It appears that Sanjaya also, by the grace of Vyasa, could see the universal form Krishna exhibited to Arjuna. It is of course said that Lord Krishna had never exhibited such a form before. It was exhibited to Arjuna only, yet some great devotees could also see the universal form of Krishna when it was shown to Arjuna, and Vyasa was one of them. He is one of the great devotees of the Lord, and he is considered to be a powerful incarnation of Krishna. Vyasa disclosed this to his disciple Sanjaya, who remembered that wonderful form of Krishna exhibited to Arjuna and enjoyed it repeatedly. Arjuna was blessed with the vision of the cosmic form of the Lord, which is rarely seen even by the greatest yogis. Sri Krishna told him that he was showing him the universal form because Arjuna was his devotee and friend, and thus very dear to him. Sanjaya also came to see that cosmic form because he was fortunate to be a part of the divine pastimes as the narrator. There are times when an unexpected grace comes our way. If we utilize it properly, we can progress rapidly in our sadhana. Sanjaya is repeatedly contemplating upon what he saw and flowing in the current of devotion. We'll read some commentaries from His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. People want to have freshness in their lives, and for that they do new activities. But ultimately, the pleasure boils down to sense pleasures or eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. So ultimately, no new pleasure is available at the body level. There may be superficially new covering, but ultimately it boils down to these sense pleasure or eating, mating. To rise above these pleasures, we need to turn towards Krishna. So in the sense that all of our pleasures are surrounding these four aspects of our life. eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. These are the only 4 areas of our life that we spend tremendous amount of time and invest in it as well. So besides these 4, there is no other material pleasure. But if you want to have the highest pleasure, then you have to turn towards Krishna. In bhakti, it seems we are doing the same activities constantly, but we get joy because of the newness of the person we are connecting, because Krishna is ever fresh. Even devotees relish darshan of Krishna for all his eternity. So it is a unique aspect of practicing bhakti yoga, that no matter how many times you chant the holy names of the Lord, or no matter how many times you go to the temple and stand in front of the deities, no matter how many times you have prasadam, you're always enjoying it. So there is no other aspect on this material planet, in this material universe, that can give you this constant state of bliss. That only comes when you are actually truly connected to Krishna. In the same way, if we remember Bhagavad Gita, it can give us a thrill also. The same message of Bhagavad Gita has changed Arjuna, but it has not changed Dhritarashtra, because Arjuna was submissive and Dhritarashtra was inquisitive, but he was attached and biased. So Dhritarashtra was inquisitive because that's how the whole Bhagavad Gita starts. He wants to know what's happening on the battlefield. But beyond that, nothing transformational happened for Dhritarashtra until Vidura comes and checks him. On the other hand, Sanjaya was relishing and thrilled, although Dhritarashtra didn't change. Same way, a preacher should be thrilled, whatever may be the result. Our goal is not popularity or productivity, it is purity. That's a very important statement. Our goal, even for those who are preachers or trying to guide others as mentors, our goal is not to become popular or to be highly productive, in the sense of doing maximum amount of things in minimum amount of time. That is very nice for Krishna actually to be productive, but ultimately you are being productive in order to achieve that level of spiritual purity. So the goal is not external result, but should be inner purity. If we focus too much on external result, we may be disheartened, and when Krishna wants to give us that inner joy, we may not be there to receive it. That'll be the tragedy, no? That we are working so hard, or we think we are working so hard, and sometimes things don't go our way, and we get disillusioned. And it may be just Krishna was going to give you that bliss and joy anyway. But then because you got disheartened, you gave up prematurely and you stopped practicing and taking care of yourself. That is such a tragedy. So we'll read one more commentary. Enlightenment culminates not just in comprehension, but also in wonder. The Bhagavad Gita's ending reveals 2 phases of enlightenment, one expressed by Arjuna and the other by Sanjaya. After Krishna finishes speaking, Arjuna responds that his illusions have been destroyed and that he would do Krishna's will. That his doubts are destroyed means that comprehension has dawned in him. So that's when we say our doubts are cleared, right? Our doubts are cleared, meaning we have understood. He comprehends Krishna's position not only as the absolute truth, but also as the ultimate well-wisher of everyone. That is why he says, I will do as per your will. Because Krishna is not going to ask Arjuna to fight if he knew that it's going to be degrading for Arjuna's spirituality. So if Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight, it must be for his own good. So Arjuna now recognizes that Krishna is his ultimate well-wisher, not just for him, but for everybody. Arjuna's comprehension manifests in his action. When he understands that Krishna's will is the best course of action for us, souls who are his eternal parts, he naturally surrenders. So when does the process of surrender begin? When you realize that Krishna's instructions are meant for you and me to follow, and ultimately Krishna's instructions are for our own benefit. Krishna is not gaining anything from this. you are gaining from this. In Sanjaya's ensuing speech, which is from Sloka 73 to 78, well known is his concluding prophecy of the victory of the Krishna-Arjuna duo. That means the battle has not begun. The conversation has been completed. But Sanjaya is predicting victory. Wherever there is the Lord and his devotee, there will always be victory, there will be prosperity, there will be great joy. Lesser known are the preceding verses which convey his vision of enlightenment. He is thrilled on contemplating Krishna's words and form. Two things he is focusing on. What he has seen, the Vishwarupa Darshan, and also contemplating on Krishna's instructions. Thrill conveys a sense distinct from comprehension. Comprehension means, okay, I have understood. But thrill means you are overjoyed. Whereas comprehension connotes a sense of knowing and understanding, thrill connotes a sense of astonishment and excitement at glimpsing a newer, bigger, finer aspect of something thought to be unknown. Actually, every preacher will experience this thrill. Every preacher. Because sometimes when you read a particular shloka or you're reading Srila Prabhupada's beautiful purports, suddenly it dawns on you your deeper understanding of what you did not understand before, although you may have read that same thing multiple times before. Suddenly you have that aha moment, So that gives you a sense of thrill, something that you thought you couldn't understand or you did not know. It's like a new discovery, So anytime you discover something new, you feel really happy. We can reconcile these two aspects of enlightenment when we appreciate the unlimitedness of the object of enlightenment, Krishna. Krishna is unlimited. Therefore, the more we connect with Krishna and his words, our bliss and our enjoyment is also unlimited. Our understanding is also unlimited. Our comprehension is also unlimited. Become enlightened by comprehending him is not a finite intellectual challenge like, say, solving a crossword puzzle. Once it's done, and we look elsewhere for stimulation. See, that is the nature of human life. We are seeking stimulation. So instead of seeking stimulation in eating, mating, sleeping, and defending, the best form of stimulation is to practice Krishna consciousness. Because everything else after some time becomes boring. And it's very easy to get disgusted and distressed when things become boring material. Becoming enlightened is an endless journey of ecstatic absorption. Once we are enlightened in the sense of Arjuna, understanding Krishna to be the supreme reality and the pivot of all reality, then we focus undistractedly on him. With such focus, we appreciate his glories more and more. As he is unlimited, we keep appreciating him endlessly. Thus, we become enlightened in the sense of Sanjaya, being filled with wonder at Krishna's inconceivable infiniteness, immeasurable greatness, and inexhaustible sweetness. So that is what Sanjaya is experiencing in this particular shloka, that the more he sees and recollects the form, the cosmic form, the universal form, and of course, the more he ponders on the words in the exchange between Krishna and Arjuna, he is experiencing ecstasy. So that's the essence of this shloka.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.